Yo, what's up guys, it's Xeyo here, and today we're taking budget blue eyes to locals, and this deck, I'm not gonna lie, is very good. Like, a lot of what you need is already in the structure deck, so just getting 3 structure decks straight up is about everything you need for a budget deck. However, there are a few cards that we'll get to when I show you guys that we could just add into the deck and just increase the power of our deck for just, probably around $10, I want to say. So we're looking at about like $40 to $50 for this budget blue eyes deck, and it's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. So it's been a long time since we opened a structure deck, guys. I love these. Like, structure decks they just look so nice. I mean, it's just a nice product because you just get everything you need, you're guaranteed everything. And I guess this time we have a little fun, with the promos, but for the most part, everything you need already in this deck. A lot better than I guess not like last year, but in the past, structure decks weren't really ever that great, and we have all these cards that we definitely know we need because we've already been testing a little bit with the deck. But there's a lot of good cards in this deck anyway. So now let's look at some of the cards we're gonna add to the deck. So you guys probably already know some of these cards. They are just cards that have been reprinted recently, and that's stuff like Bingo Machingo, Magnemutts, just other hand traps, Droll, Ghost Ogre. These are just fairly decent hand traps right now. And of course, the extra deck, we just have to add a few other cards outside, but they won't impact the game probably too much because we already have a pretty good selection of what we can go into here. And the most important question of all, which artwork of Blue Eyes White Dragon are we using? Of course, we're going to go with the original anime art in the quarter century. Now, come on, this looks way too good. Alright guys, here is the deck list, and of course the YDK always in the description for you guys to just download and play test yourself in like an online sim. But the deck is pretty straightforward. It's pretty much pure blue eyes except for their extra deck. There's a few not pure cards, but it's pretty nice. We got some nice consistency here. So let's go through the deck list. Starting off, bricks, blue eyes, and then we're maxing out on all of our starters, with Seahorse being the weakest starter, but it's still a starter, so I still think in a budget deck it's still really good to play. And then the one master, which isn't really, it's not a starter. Maxing out on Roar because this is a really good card for playing through hand traps, and a lot of people are on like 15 plus hand traps right now, so getting impermed on like Sage or something and still having Roar is still pretty nice to be able to keep playing. Or if you have Maiden in rotation and having Roar, or like they like Ash your search or whatever, that's why I really like having 3 Roar, then 3 Wishes, and 3 Bingo Machingo. So Bingo Machingo, not a lot of people are playing this. I don't think it's good in a variant that's not pure. So I think in this version, like for sure, you just put it in. It literally just searches Wishes, which is like half the time what you're gonna want. And if you already have this, then you can just go for Roar, or you could kind of hope you get lucky and go for like Ultimate Fusion or Majesty and hope you get the 2 out of 3. But either way, I still think it's just a really good card in the pure build. And then 1 for 1, just one more like starter card that we could use. And then some more bricks, like Ultimate Fusion, Mausoleum, True Light, and Majesty. I think you gotta play these, even if they are bricks. They're just really good cards to have. Ultimate Fusion can possibly pop a card, although you have to use a material on the field to pop that many. So if you don't use any from field, you can't pop anything. Then this card is actually really good. This card is insane. Pop 2 is actually really good on the trap card. So, no one can just go for Chaos Angel and just kind of flood, or not flood, but like wall up like that. So, and just like popping 2 is just really good right now. This in the current meta, popping cards is a lot better than just negating and not destroying. So I think just Majesty is so good right now. Then yeah, and then for our non-engine, pretty much everything in the structure deck, and then Magnemut. It's not as good because we're not playing as many Bestials. However, if you're going second, you could still like Magnemut into Seahorse, and the option to go Seals into Magnemut is still really good because Seahorse is still a really good card to have anyways. Like just going into Spirit off anything. So even if you don't play for follow-up, if you have Seals, you could kind of get follow-up anyways with Magnemut into Seahorse. So yeah, I'm definitely still playing Magnemut. Then for the extra deck, I mean, a lot of blue eyes cards from the deck. This is all we needed. I mean, Spirits, Seals. I had Lina in because there's going to be a lot of mirror matches, and of course Fiendsmith is still around. You do get Dragon Locked, which I did forget like once, I think, while playing. But for the most part, you should be able to make this before you get Dragon Locked anyways. And then we're playing Underworld Goddess because in case there's like, you know, towers, but I don't think there should be anything. This could literally be anything. I was just worried about running into a wall where I can't beat over like a 4K defense or something like that. I don't know. Triple Spirit, then the 2 targets you can go with it. Light Storm, really good card. You guys should be playing this. Back row removal is pretty good. And then the Agile. So this card solos some decks, namely Ryzeal. This card can solo Ryzeal if they get stuck on the Xyz plays, and none of their Xyz monsters can out any of your dragons. So if you sit on Azure plus Ultimate Spirit Dragon, they can't out that if they get Xyz locked. So it was really funny. And then on the follow-up turn, you just have 2 really big dragons, and this one summons a Blue Eyes from your grave. So yeah, really, really good. And then unfortunately, you had to play in the pure version. I think you had to play 2 Tyrant Dragon because there's a lot of combo lines where you had to use one. So you want to have another one to be able to go into on follow-up turns, and also to keep your Ultimate Fusion live, because this is just really good follow-up because it can kind of recycle some of your monsters that you want to put back. And then this card is just target protection. So this is like the best target you got to play. And that side deck, I don't know, this is just whatever was cheap and whatever's available. I mean, Joel, like I shouldn't need to explain this. All right, just play whatever you have. This is what I have that's really cheap. I mean, look at the price, $4.60. I mean, that's pretty good for this hand trap lineup. So that's the deck list. Let me know what you guys think, and let's head on over to locals and see how our games go. Man, I'm so ugly. Oh, I can't believe it, man. It's Valentine. I'm so ugly. Am I muted? Hello? Alright, match number 1. We're up against Fiendsmith Ubel. So, I mean, we have our starter. You know, we had the Bingo Machine go, so we're able to play. I mean, we did have, I think we had more, but either way, we're able to have full combo here. So I'm envisioning, it looks like double Spirit Dragon plus a trap with the hand we had, and then pretty good follow-up. So you're going to see a lot of boards just going to be double Spirit Dragon plus something else, like hand traps or whatever. I don't really think we had too many hand traps. So we're also able to set the Ultimate Fusion. So we have Ultimate Fusion and the Majesty trap card. So he starts off with a Droplet and a pitching 2. So we are getting negated. And he's going off Fiendsmith stuff. So I'm gonna let him keep going until he summons back Engraver, and then I'm gonna pop both the Engraver and Lacrima here. So keep him off those bodies, and he won't be able to probably get back into Fiendsmith stuff because he's already used like all of them. So I summon back Blue Eyes here after the Terraforming to be able to pop the field spell with the Ultimate Fusion. So yeah, it's pretty easy to set that one up. And then he has Dark Beckoning Beast, but he's already used up all of his Fiendsmith stuff, so he's not able to make much off of it. He just gets like Soul of Rage, like the trap. But so when it gets back to my turn, you know, he can't really stop what's coming because we have quite a bit of pushes here. And of course, we also have the Blue Eyes Ultimate to stop his Soul of Rage, and yeah, from there it's like wraps. We have more than enough damage with that with the Tyrant Dragon being able to attack everything too. But so game number 2, he normal summons Lurie. That's what you want to see, and I have no hand trap, so we're gonna see what he ends up going for. And he goes Sequence into Desiree. Okay, so just a Desiree with double negate and I guess 3 back row, but we draw Ghost Ogre. Okay, so that handles the Desiree. Pretty easy to handle there, but I'm not really sure what to go for here. I'm gonna try and see if I can kind of bait the Desiree. He has D-Barrier called Synchro, which isn't too bad because we don't really care about Synchro if we're going second and we're trying to like end the game. So I go for Wishes here, and it does get the Desiree negates, so I chain Ghost Ogre. So we clear out that interruption completely, even though it should be like a double interruption. So we go pretty much full combo here, Sage, Roar. I do make a mistake here. I end up summoning, like, I think a Lina from my extra deck later, which, you know, I'm not allowed to do because I'm locked into dragons. However, it didn't really matter because I had enough damage even without the Lina, but that's just something to keep in mind, that the Roar does lock you into dragons from the extra deck. But yeah, we had enough damage here with the Tyrant and Blue Eyes, and then an Ultimate Fusion in our hand anyway. So that's match number 1. All right, pretty good. Match number 2 is a little bit of a long one. I cut it down, but they're playing Fiendsmith Blue Eyes. I mean, I guess it works because Fiendsmith is just that broken of an engine. But Yeah, they play their hand like a little weird, and I'm able, with the hand traps I had, I was able to stop them, and they just end on like Secrets, Lacrima, Blue Eyes, which is a very, very weird board to end on. He does have the interruption for my True Light to pop my own board, and at the end of it all, I'm only really able to set up, I think, resetting a trap with after making the Tyrant Dragon, which I did end up setting my Imperm, but looking at it now, I probably should have set the True Light just to have follow-up. And I summon the Seahorse here. I probably should have kept that in hand too, because it really ended up not doing anything. But yeah, Tyrant Dragon is pretty good at going second here, just being able to reset a trap. And yeah, here should have been True Light. I attack everything, kind of clear the board, try and get in some more damage, and you know, at least get the extra summon out the way. But yeah, not too great. I use the extra normal on my Maiden, and then just go for like a Spirit Dragon. He does go for the Lacrima into Requiem into Send Trap, but Spirit Dragon kind of deals with that, so I don't have to really worry about that on my turn. But I do have to worry about it if I end up losing the Spirit Dragon after that. Yeah, so that's the issue here. And I make a kind of a misplay here. Pretty much in this position, I should have just gone Spirit Dragon into the monster that pops back row and then pops his True Light. Yeah, I waited too long and he ends up having Tyrant Dragon. Yeah, that's an issue. So I do it later, like do it too late, and it's just, yeah, not a good look. And then next turn, I can make my Spirit with Eyes of Blue, and then it just gets sent from the field with the Desert Ray. So yeah, not able to play after that. And then of course he has Fiendsmith follow-up, so there's just no way here. So going on to game 2, we have Seahorse. Okay, that is a starter. We at least get something off of this, but we get hand trapped. Yeah, not much else we can do after that. We set 2 and pass turn. And then from here, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit after this because I make a misplay by not reading my cards correctly. I thought the Blue Eyes that summoned off the Spirit with Eyes of Blue can't attack, but it's actually just if you summon the effect monster. So yeah, we get OTK there. Match number 3, we're up against Pure Ryzeal, and this kind of shows a little bit of the power of what Blue Eyes can do if they don't hand trap you correctly, and if you just open a bunch of like the starters that, like, actually if you have like a lot of them in conjunction with each other, they're actually extenders. So I mean, we get Ash and Drolled, and we're already still like midway through our combo here. We pretty much get everything we need. I mean, we have like another level 1 light tuner to normal, or actually that's our first normal, actually, yeah. And it gets the Imperm out the way because we're trying to add back our Maiden. And I don't want a Bastille Magnemite here, but I do anyways, just to get these seals and then just like add back a Blue Eyes to discard later. He goes Paw Desires, draw 2, and then kind of scoops it up there because I think he said he bricked. So all right, moving on to match number 2, we have Droll. So the question is, can Blue Eyes beat Detonator? Yeah, the answer is no. All right, so moving on to match number 3, or not match number 3, game number 3. We have a pretty good hand, I think. Anytime you see like Sage plus like one of the spells, I think is like pretty good. So I start off with normal the Seahorse guy, because this like can beat an Ash. It doesn't beat Imperm, but it's like Sage also doesn't beat Imperm. So we're able to go crazy here. I mean, it does bait the Ash, and then we can play because we have the Sage extra normal summon, and then add Maiden anyways. And then, I mean, we speed through the combo here. We do, I guess I didn't have to do this, but I ended up summoning up an extra Sage that kind of just stays on board. I mean, I guess it's kind of nice because like an extra body, but ultimately it doesn't really do anything. So we end up on double Spirit Dragon plus just like our hand traps that we have. That's pretty good. I mean, double Spirit, although it's not like the greatest against Ryzeal, in this situation I think it's like pretty nice. So we have a pretty special card in our extra deck that you guys will see later, because we kind of just we don't have to like stop too much. I do stop like most of his stuff, but I let him get to 2 bodies on board, and then here I show off what I'm talking about. Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. So this card makes it so your dragons currently on the field are untargetable and indestructible by card effect. And Xeyo cannot really out that once they get locked into rank 4s. So yeah, I mean, just off of that, we're able to end the game there. And then looking at our matchings, we got 6th place, 2-1, not too bad. All right, guys, so that was the locals run, and I'm gonna tell you guys, these decks are really good. So if you guys see these and don't have them already, this is 100% worth picking up. I think it was a pretty fun deck to play. Mid-range, I love mid-range decks. That's just, I don't know, just like, that's all the decks I play, actually. But yeah, these have a ton of value in them anyways. I mean, if you get the Quarter Century, you know, that's still pretty nice. And at the end of the day, if you don't, you get a full deck. So this is actually probably the best product of 2025. I don't think anything's going to top this, I'm gonna be honest. The deck is really strong. It's not like the best deck, but for what it is, for a structure deck, you get 3 of these, add whatever cards you already have like in your collection, and then you have a very working playable deck. Tier 2, I would say tier 2, tier 3. So yeah, really strong, and of course it has room to upgrade. You can combine it with a bunch of other archetypes, but yeah, fun, good. I mean, get these, play it at your locals. Get ready for the mirror match, because that's gonna happen a lot. So that's gonna be it for me. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys later. Right, peace out.